Spin my record. Spin my record. Let me fix this camera. And now I'm massaging it. Justin, what's up with you? Yeah, y'all loading up. Because what up, though? Yeah, you know the Wahoos how to do the damn thug thizzle. You gotta do a thug thizzles. Let's get to the show. We ain't got that long. Let's get to the show. What up, 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 though? BlogTalk here, man. What's good with y'all on this Wednesday? This the live show. The live. We going live. L-I-V-E. Live call-in show, man. You know the number 760-695-1106. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. And I say I don't want to curse, but like the young boy says, we're gonna get into the ish today because we're gonna talk about quarterbacks. And anytime you talk about quarterbacks, you got to get into the ish. So y'all get ready for the ish. We're gonna talk NCAA quarterbacks. We're gonna talk NFL quarterbacks. We're gonna talk about playoff quarterbacks. We're gonna talk about non-playoff quarterbacks. We're gonna talk about eating fast food. We're gonna talk about it. If you follow me in my podcast, I just uploaded the recap, Virginia versus Virginia Tech. Go check that out. Just 20 minutes. You know, we got straight to it. Talk that talk. Then Wahoos walk that walk. And we sent them birds deep fried back to Blacksburg where it's real dark and lonely. So go check that out. Also, once I'm done with this, I'm going to have a YouTube video uploading discussing my thoughts on Antonio Brown, so you don't want to miss that video. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube video, go search the BlogTalk Show on YouTube. I got so much stuff going in my head right now. It's just more and more episodes as we speak. I'm trying to be like Soulja Boy. That's right. I'm trying to be like Soulja Boy. If y'all ain't seen that Soulja Boy interview on the Breakfast Club, you missing out. You got to go see the Soulja Boy interview on the Breakfast Club. Is the best stand-up comedy special I've seen in years. It's hilarious. Even though he got some truths in the laughs, it's hilarious. So without further ado, what y'all want to talk about first? Let's see. First, we're gonna go ahead and get out the room, out the way. It ain't gonna take that long. We gotta talk about this fast food banquet that was held at the White House. The fast food banquet that was held at the White House. It ain't about who paid for it. It ain't about what we just gonna call it what it is. It's supposed to be a celebration. It's supposed to be the pinnacle. You reach the pinnacle. Now, he didn't have to feed them. I'm not saying you had to feed them. I applaud you for feeding the young men, women, staff that came with Clemson. I applaud you for that, Donald. Matter of fact, I got something better than clapping up that you can't hear. Kids, give it up for Donald Trump for feeding the people. We give it up to you, Donald, for feeding the kids, okay? No, we're not knocking you for feeding them. We're knocking you for the food of choice, okay? Here's the thing. Don't you are the Donald. Mad Money. Did you put out a request and Clemson said they wanted fast food? Because Clemson is a team that all bowl week, they've been going to all these banquets, getting all these 2, 3, 4-course meals, buffet styles, ribs, pork chops, steaks, you know, macaroni, cheese, yams, turkey, don't matter. They, you know, it's been thrown at them. And then you win the game. I'm about to go to the White House, right? You ain't expecting to eat at the White House, you know. Other presidents could have ordered like pizza and stuff. We don't know, but we know what you did because you put it out there. This is what I did. I paid for it. So once you say you did something, what do we do in the world? Re-critique it. So re-critiquing it, we like, okay, Donald paying out his own. Ooh, Donald doing it up, boy. What you order, Donald? Yo, I can't wait, man. Donald Trump, yo, he feeding us, yo. And we at the White House. I'm trying to tell you, boy, I can't wait to eat. Soon as they walked up in the place, it was like, now hold up. Am I getting pumped? I could get this in the dining hall. Oh, hell no. I put on my shirt and tie for this. I got to wear my shirt and tie eating some damn 4 for 4 from Wendy's? Where the damn nuggets at? I need some spicy nuggets. Okay? It ain't, you know, we ain't, it, you know, it's the thought that counts, yes. But damn it, I just reached the pinnacle. I am the world champion of college football. Give me a damn steak-'em sandwich at least. I don't want no damn Whoppers. Give me a damn burrito from Taco Bell. Give me the Frito burrito that's 99 cents. Okay? Okay? And then all the people who want to defend Donald, because I don't know why you want to defend, we got to have fun with you. It's jokes. We having fun. Want to put out that Trevor Lawrence said this was the best meal that they ever had. And I looked at that damn meme. I said, if that boy really said that, he is the dumbest dude I've heard in my life. If that's the best meal you ever had, and you've been at Clemson all year, and you went through bowl week all week, and this is the best meal you ever had, which they said it was a lie. But whoever made that meme, you should be ashamed of your damn stuff. They go to Clemson. 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 National championship. Clemson. They got bowling alleys by their weight room. Clemson. Have you been to Clemson? You ain't been to Clemson if you made that damn meme talking about this is the best meal we ever had. Man, look. Donald, yes, you paid for it. Out your pocket. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $1,000. Hey, people NFL dudes pay more in fines than what you did for that meal probably. But at the end of the day, we all can agree. Look, that's the type of meal you get at Bouncer Play. You take your kid here to Bouncer Play in Charlottesville, you get you a cake, you get you a large cheese pizza, and you might get some hamburger and fries. I'll be damn I go to the White House to eat some damn hamburger and fries. Oh, and they had salads. But you got people out here copping please for that mess. I just reached the pinnacle. I'm going to the White House, Jack. You walk up in the White, we're going to feed you. Ooh, I'm about to eat good. Boy, this presidential. How you get a presidential Big Mac? Come on, son. Come on, son. Kawhi, help me out. Man, ain't nowhere in the world. All right, man, we're going to move on for the Donald and all the people who going to come here with their political views all mad, talking about I'm bashing the great president. He's doing such a great job, unemployment rate. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about food that was served. All right, man, let's get to the quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts has transferred to Oklahoma for his senior year. Alabama quarterback Jalen Hurts has committed to play his senior season at the University of Oklahoma. He announced his decision today via a story on the Players Tribune. As a graduate transfer, Hurts is eligible to play immediately. Say, bro, now white folks saying that they requested it. Man, if they requested that damn, look, if Dabo Sweeney allowed them damn boys to request some damn fast food, he need to slap every last one of them, all 95 of them suckers, mother suckers. Where's Michael Blackson when I need them mother suckers? If they requested a 4 for 4 from Wendy's, they need to get smacked. He need to reevaluate the dudes he recruit. If you can have any meal you want on the house and you damn want a 4 for 4. Back to what I was saying. They said Hurts entered the transfer protocol last week, took his first official visit to Maryland, which a lot of people and myself thought he would be going because the OC from Alabama, or was it the quarterback's coach? One of them went to Maryland. And then he visited Oklahoma on Saturday. Then he went to Miami on Sunday. Hurts also drew interest from a number of other programs. Sources told ESPN, including Auburn, Tennessee, Utah, UCLA, Florida State, and Ohio State. The Houston native went 26-2 as a starter at Alabama before he was benched in favor of Tua this season. During his 2 seasons, and that's DeVille calling in. During his two seasons as a starter, man, he was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year. If you didn't know, threw for a combined 4,800 yards, 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions to go along with 1,800 yards rushing and 21 rushing touchdowns. So Jalen Hurts, he follows the likes of Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, who transferred to Oklahoma and went on to win the Heisman Trophy and to lead the program to the college football playoffs each of the last 2 seasons, most recently losing to the semifinal round to Alabama in the Capital One Orange Bowl in December. Yo, what's up, JaVale?
Hey, what's up, Hulk? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. We're talking about Jalen Hurts right now, transferring to Oklahoma. What's your thoughts on that, brother?
Yeah. I was kind of surprised, man. I thought he was possibly going to go to Maryland because, you know what I'm saying, of the coaching change it just had, familiar with, you know, with the coach from Alabama who just went to Maryland.
Yep.
But at the same time, man, I think he's looking at, you know, what Mary did this year, you know, what Baker Mayfield done last year, and that the Oklahoma coach is on the high stove, you know, as far as NFL owners and GMs, and you know he's trying to make it to the next. He's trying to make it to the next level. So he's a very prideful individual, as most, you know, primetime athletes are, and I think he feels if Mary and Mayfield were you know, top picks and Heisman Trophy winners in that offense, I feel he thinks he can do the same thing.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he's trying to use the coach's pedigree to his advantage for the next level purposes. That's so he's truly evaluated fairly, and probably hoping that you know, he could coach him up to that pro style to where he's a wanted prospect, man. You know, go from a possible undrafted free agent to now drafted because of going to Oklahoma and the company that he's keeping as far as following two Heisman Trophy winners. So I think it's a good choice, man. I definitely think it's a good choice. It's just funny that somebody sent me something on Twitter, man. I got to pull it up. How they're taking in Jalen Hurts, but apparently, what is it? Bleacher Report said that the five-star Oklahoma QB signing Spencer Rattler said Coach Riley told me he's not taking a transfer quarterback anytime soon. That was December 31st, and less than a month later, Jalen Hurts has announced his transfer to Oklahoma.
And another thing, Hulk, as far as Hurts, man, I think he was humble by the benching, you know, last year to go to Tua. But to his credit, man, he stuck in there. He didn't badmouth Saban or the program. And then when he had to be called upon this year, when Tua went down, I think he stepped up and I think he performed admirably. Like I think he done well. You know what I'm saying? So you know, big ups to him, and I wish him the best of luck. But you know, I think he has a chance. You know, and especially with the prototypical quote unquote quarterbacks that the NFL looks for. I think that was another big reason that he went to Oklahoma, because Mayfield and Mary aren't quote unquote prototypical quarterbacks as far as size.
Yeah.
So I think that was another thing that, you know, played into his decision into going to Oklahoma.
Nah, I definitely agree with that. T, what's good with you, man? You unmuted, fam.
What's good?
What up with you, man? We talking about Jalen Hurts transferring to Oklahoma to start the show off. I already talked about Donald Trump and the fast food banquet that he had. You know, so you know, those are the first two topics.
Donald Dump, man.
You call him Donald Dump?
Donald Dump, man. He's a certified idiot, man.
Hey, throwing shots at that man.
Get the yellow guy out of here, man. But man, shout out to Jalen Hurts, man. I think that was a good decision by him, man. I think it was between. I want to say it was between Oklahoma and Maryland.
Yeah.
Just because of him knowing, you know what I mean, the coach in Maryland left from Alabama.
Yeah.
So I think that was a pick for him. And then Oklahoma, because I mean the last 2 years has been real good for Oklahoma.
Facts.
For quarterbacks leaving Oklahoma. You know what I mean? So and then I think he got a good chance because I mean he a graduate transfer, so he don't have to worry about a lot of stuff that the other guys gonna have to worry about.
No, that's real.
As far as you know, as many classes and stuff like that. If he chooses to take any classes, I think you got to see how many classes you got to take. I forgot how many you got to take, but he don't have to.
So it'd be like maybe 2 or 3. It ain't that many.
Yeah, but he don't have to overload or nothing like that. So I mean, he can really just focus on his craft at that point. And I think it's just looking at the last 2 years and the results for the quarterback.
Yeah.
And he looking at that, you know what I mean, going towards the future. So I'm not mad at him.
My dog Marvelous said he got to take 2 classes, 6 hours. My dog Jason D said a kid kid is a grown man, to swallow your pride and stay. Takes balls. Also, he can definitely benefit major from it. And I agree, man. Because me personally, when he got benched in favor of Tua, and Coach Saban didn't really want to be transparent, which he didn't have to, and say who was going to start. I felt like he still has a red shirt. He could have left in red shirt, but he did take the high road. But most of the time, what do you truly get in the end for taking the high road? And somebody basically peeped game was like, look, man, he had Alabama. He take the high road, do what he's supposed to do, and then leave. You know, he'll be forever revered and loved, and you never know what can work out in the end. So he didn't want to burn any bridges. So I can respect him for that.
Hey, and actually, I thought he was going to do the same thing as Brian done. You know, with the rule, if you don't play, 4 games, you can still get that red shirt.
Yeah.
So I really am surprised he waited the entire season. I thought by week 4, when Brian left Clemson, I thought he was going to leave Alabama as well.
Well, the rule is just four games, period. So, and then he didn't have to leave by week 4, just 4 games, period. But I definitely see what you're saying.
Okay.
I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think that was a character move, though. Like, I think that's something that NFL scouts gonna look at. You know what I mean? And coaches and stuff like that. That he's good for. It's kind of like the same situation with Nick Foles and Carson Wentz. How the quarterbacks, like, they got each other back. That's how it looks anyway. You know what I mean? For the most part. But neither one of them bad about the other. You never saw no bad attitude. Like, even when one was having a bad game, it wasn't like they were looking down at each other. They always on the sideline congratulating each other and stuff like that. So I feel like it was a good vibe too. Like, he had a good vibe with them. But at the same time, I feel like he was trying to. I mean, I think that raised his draft stock as a player. As a professional, you know what I mean? Instead of him like, oh yeah, I'm gonna roll out, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
He stayed, you know what I mean? And like he said, who on my Hawk?
Oh, that's JaVale.
Okay, like JaVale said, when his number got called, he performed.
It speaks to his character, and that helps with to the GMs and stuff like that. And you definitely want that on your side. We got a couple of people in the stream. My dog Beam says smart move. Nick Saban has a starter in every position in the NFL, but quarterback. My dog Marvelous Robinson say he was focused on graduating, and that's why he stayed, because he knew he'd have 1 year left. So he bit the bullet to graduate at Bama, which that's smart. My dog Ethan said, when I have a minute, I'm gonna let Bill answer this. When I have a minute, he'd like to hear my projection for UVA next year, because the football schedule was released this year, and I'm gonna do a private recorded podcast on my thoughts. But since JaVale is here, he is a UVA sports aficionado. JaVale, have you seen the schedule? If not, I could read off who we play, and you could provide.
No, I didn't. I haven't seen the schedule.
Right.
But I know we probably got Florida State, Clemson, and maybe Notre Dame again next year, because we haven't seen them since they came to Charlottesville 2 years ago.
All right, so check this out. And Corey, I see your question. You said, could Jalen be like Taysom Hill? So we're gonna get to that also. So all right, JaVale, I'm gonna read off the schedule for you right quick for my dog Ethan. So can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you.
All right, so we play Pitt first. Do you think that's a win or a loss at Pitt?
Hey, Pitt smash mouth, man, and it was a kind of sloppy game when they came here. I'm not sure what they lost, what they have coming back.
They lost both running backs.
Oh well, I would say that's a victory.
All right, we play William & Mary here, second.
Yeah, that's a win.
All right, we play Florida State here, the third game of the year.
Florida had a bad year this year, bro. They surprised me. Like, I wasn't expecting them to be that bad. And is Francois, he's going back. He's not leaving. Did I read that the other day where he's going back to FSU?
Yeah, they don't know. He don't know what he want to do.
And that's a toss-up, because I'm not sure what they were thinking. We was way better than they were this year, bro.
All right, so we'll go toss-up. We won't pick that one. Old Dominion, you going to say that's a win, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, then we go to Notre Dame.
That's a loss.
Okay, we go to Miami.
We gave them, we beat them this year. Yeah, I'd say that's a victory. We can be better next year than we were this year.
So that's 4. Then we play Duke here. They lost their quarterback.
Yeah, we beat them.
All right, then we play.
Got that.
Then we play at Louisville. So you got 5 wins right now. Louisville, we go to Louisville next.
Got that. That's a W2.
All right, so that's 6 wins. North Carolina at North Carolina.
No relevant.
That's another victory.
That's 7 wins. Got Georgia Tech here. New coach. New scheme.
Coming off of the loss when we should have beat them at towards the end of the season, it's at home in Ville. Mm-hmm. That's a W2.
So that's 8 wins, right? Yeah. Liberty, 9 wins.
W.
Then Virginia Tech.
In Blacksburg.
No. That's here. That's here. It's here.
Oh yeah, that's home this year. It was in Blacksburg this year. Oh, I'm going W. That's the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving, like it always is. Definitely.
So you got
we
10
win
wins.
10 games.
You got 10 wins. Florida State's the toss up, and us losing to Notre Dame. So worst case scenario be 10-2 according to JaVale.
Hey, how we get out of playing Clemson again, bro?
We don't know.
We ain't played Clemson in like 3 years.
We ain't played them since Sammy Watkins.
If UVA win 10 games, they're gonna see him in the ACC championship.
If they win 10 games, they'll see him next year in the regular season. Believe that.
Yeah, definitely will.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Hey, but for real, Hawk. Besides Notre Dame, that schedule not that bad, bro. For real.
Nah. So I mean, to be honest with you, North Carolina be better than what they was last year. They got a lot of guys returning. Offensively and defensively, Georgia Tech be okay. They got a new scheme, so that's the tricky part. Duke, they lost their quarterback, but they got a mobile guy that backed up Daniel. ODU, I never seen them live, and we saw they could rise to the occasion, but it is a favorable schedule. So I needed more time to really go back and look at rosters.
But ODU did beat Tech last year, right?
That's why I said they'll rise up they'll rise up.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
I got you, Clyde. I'll be there in the morning, man. Clyde bullying me live on air right now. That I better be in the gym in the morning. All right, man. So we're gonna transition to some news.
Hey, Hawk, can I ask you one more question before we transition?
Yeah,
one more question.
Go ahead.
When it comes to Murray, and I was one of the people. I was all in on him playing baseball until I'd done some research.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to baseball, is that guaranteed money? It sounds good, but when you look into it, those major league players, it takes until their 5th or 6th year to get that.
Break it down.
Good money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, break it down, JaVale.
And as the article I read was stating how Lamar Jackson, the last pick of the first round last year, still got more money.
That's right, JaVale. You won't air Monday. That's right.
Nah.
You won't hit that because I'm about to say. I'm about to get on you and be like, dog. I said all that about Lamar, but go ahead.
Oh no,
no, go ahead.
My bad.
Finish your thought though.
Nah, but I mean, JaVale.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He missed the boys about the
JaVale, I told you, JaVale. Hold on.
I know.
Disclaimer: I sent JaVale. I sent him a message that said they were looking for him, but he did say his work schedule was jacked up. So I gave him a mulligan, man.
We gonna have to come up with a new segment. It's gonna be shut the hell up, JaVale. That's what we're gonna do.
Hey, go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
It's gonna be shut the hell up, JaVale.
Go, Danny.
Every time you're wrong,
go, Danny.
Shut the hell up, JaVale. He said, what did you say? Last week you said, why we always discount Phillip Rivers. And what I tell you about Phillip Rivers? He had LT, Antonio Gates,
right here.
And he had did he have Michael Turner and Dennis Bowles and had Vincent Jackson at one point? He had all that talent and couldn't do nothing with it. And guess what? He goes to New England and stinks it up again. So guess what? Shut the hell up, JaVale. Don't worry nothing else about Phillip Rivers.
Ever again. Is that Phillip Rivers again? Is that Phillip Rivers or is that just Belichick and Brady?
No. You don't get to use that excuse. I'm sorry. Nope. If your defense ain't showing up, your offense got to. I want to hear it.
Hey, I thought the Chargers were gonna put up a better fight than they did. I mean, that game was over in the first quarter for real.
It was too. Hey, for one, it was too cold, and two, I don't want to hear it. He ain't got no excuse, man. So next game, let's talk about the Colts. You said, man, the Colts looking good. Colts got the best offensive line. Colts going, Andrew Luck is balling. He gonna roll up in Kansas City. He think gonna take them boys. What happened to the Colts that weekend, bro? What happened to the Colts?
Hey,
they got destroyed, like I told you.
Yeah.
Say what?
But to my
the hardest place to play is in Kansas City.
To my credit,
is one of the hardest place to play.
I agree, but to my credit, the last 6-7 weeks of the season, the Colts and the Chargers
I got the Leonard Lab button, though. I got a Leonard song
any other
I'm gonna let
team
y'all
in the
hear.
league.
That joint goes
I mean,
hard.
it's cute. I mean, we could go down to a lot of competition that they've actually had. I mean, to be honest, you know what I'm saying?
B-League, go
Okay,
check
we
it out.
don't do that right now.
What you
I ain't on my point
I got
yet.
a plan in the
Okay,
background.
go continue.
All right, so
I found it. It ain't my song.
I beat you on. Oh yeah, Dallas and the Rams.
Yeah.
Talk to you about Dallas.
Go.
Don't mess it up.
Keep going.
I told you about Dallas. I said, look, if this is a halfway healthy Philly, and the man I had a whole week to recover. I'm gonna bring in C.J. Anderson, so don't start jumping on that just yet. But as far as the game plan goes, I said, look, man, Sean McVay had 2 weeks to prepare for this for whichever team.
Yep.
I mean, they know Seattle, so the only people they really have to prepare for is Dallas. And they had the perfect game plan for Dallas. And I said, look, man, he's a mind. And then I said, you talking about with Russell Wilson, and he still was able to catch up to Dallas. And I told y'all Jared Goff, I mean, he didn't do too much, but Jared Goff was about to lose in the game. I said that as well.
He said it.
I mean, I told you your boy Amari Cooper. I said he may get off. I didn't know he was gonna get off because I said it's not gonna be as good of a game because the key to lead is back. And the key to lead is the dogs of that team. So we already knew. I already knew that when it came face to face with that defense, okay, Amari Cooper got off once. You ain't hear from him since. After that first touchdown. So that got shut down. What I didn't expect for them was to get beat down on the run game the way that they did, but I'm glad it happened. So the only game I'll give you credit for is the Philadelphia Saints game. But then again, I can't give you credit for that because the Nick Foles thing that you said, right? And you going on about Nick Foles, right?
Hey, hold on. That was Nick Foles.
No. I'll let you talk. I swear I'll let you talk. I will let you talk. So when you talk about your boy Nick Foles, right? That first pitch that he threw,
your boy.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody knows you throw that ball earlier or you lead your receiver, he's going to catch that rock. Ertz got that boy beat about at least 5 to 6 yards.
Right.
And then he throws it late behind him and he let old short Marshawn Lattimore come up and climb the ladder on him.
Right.
9 times out of 10, Carson Wentz makes that throw. Sleep makes that throw. And then let's talk about your boy on the last one against the what's your boy name? What's our wide receiver?
Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon, right? Now I feel bad about the whole Alshon thing, right? Because I was like, dang, he normally makes that catch,
Yeah, because he is Foles' favorite receiver. I
get it, but you would have caught that man on that break like he's supposed to, because he ain't really fully. I mean, I feel like if the ball he got there too late because where it was in the zone. I know you're trying to throw it under. If he would have threw it a little bit earlier, he probably would have. It wouldn't have happened the way that it happened. But like I said, it wouldn't have came down to that though, because that whole 14 points going up and then stalling on and letting Saints come back after that whole pick situation. No, that wouldn't happen with Carson.
Hey,
I'm just letting you know that right now.
Somebody pointed
and
out.
Now they already said that they keep the Carson.
Somebody pointed out that Drew Brees underthrew that first pass that was intercepted, so got to factor that in. Also.
I mean, it happens, but I just want to talk about the whole Foles point. Brees is already proven, I mean, he's getting old. I mean, what is he?
Jake,
About
me
40
personally,
something?
I just
Foles is 30 years old.
if I'm
right.
Kyle, I
Foles,
would
I'm just saying.
he's gonna turn 30,
You
man.
think
You
Foles
talking
can
about
go.
keeping him, and then
Hey, bro,
Carson can make every throw that will
It look
actually
like he
probably
wants
make better throws
the financial
than DeBoer Foles because of the fact that Carson got a stronger arm.
I'm speaking of
and he has better talent.
All right, we gotta let JaVale rebuttal. Go ahead, JaVale. Go ahead, rebuttal.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Skill.
I mean, I'm not saying Carson Wentz is bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that it's not.
If, my balls, man. It's on the top, man. It's on the subject of the
4 or 5 years we've seen in the NFL, the quarterbacks can play until they're 39, 40.
I'm gonna use that
41.
One.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel as being 29, Nick Foles can still play 10 years in the league. Like and with that system with the Eagles, I think that system fits him, to the T. I mean, so I'm just saying, Carson Wentz coming off an ACL plus a back injury. I mean, his health is an issue now. So the Eagles could trade him and get another first round pick.
No, they can't.
And probably something else.
Let me stop you right there, JaVale, one quick. If you just said injury is a concern, how are they gonna get a first rounder for Carson Wentz?
I mean, because they will, bro. If
what type of rebuttal is that?
If Amari Cooper as a wide receiver was able to, garner a first round pick.
Careful. No major injuries.
No
major injuries.
Careful.
Right.
Right. Carson not getting the first round pick because he got a lower back fracture coming off the ACL. Everybody saw him throwing off his back foot all year. He was still
see, you're kind of making my point for me. So if Foles doesn't have this injury and Foles doesn't throw off his back foot, what makes you feel that just because so you're saying Carson Wentz is a better asset just because he's younger? Just because he's younger?
No. What I'm saying is Carson. No. What I'm saying is Carson's the future.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the point that I'm making.
I'm saying age plays a role. 4 years younger plays a role for me personally at quarterback.
Okay.
And here's the other thing to think about the age too. What Cole Foles is sitting up mighty comfortably in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? Not that the O-line's intact, right? That O-line, how long do you think that O-line is going to have as far as their peak years? Because you're one of your best guys, Jason Peters, is getting up there in age, and so is Kelsey. Kelsey's pretty old too. Your youngest guys are Brooks and Collins?
Peters is going to be good, man. Peters and my man Trent Williams probably been the best two tackles over the past 7-8 years, man. They still
Peters is getting old. He didn't play half the last year.
He's been getting beat up too, though. He's been injured a lot also.
Yeah, but he still got 3 quality years left.
Hold on, JaVale.
You can't say that. Somebody's been out.
JaVale,
you had half a year.
You kind of confused me.
Say that.
You kind of confused me, JaVale. Just for the simple fact is you basically said a young Carson Wentz, he's been hurt. That's an issue. But do like Trent, who's older and getting hurt, that's not an issue. Like, does that?
But there's different positions. Tackles to different positions. Totally different positions.
But he got low.
If you playing tackle and quarterback, it's totally different.
Yeah, tackle.
Yeah, but it's still.
Hey, dog, you had a 300-pound lineman lean on you.
But I'm saying, bro. I mean,
I know what you're saying, man. I know what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying, but at the same point, I don't, because I mean, tackles different. You can go back to Orlando Pace or all the tackles. Man, it's easier for them to play through injuries. It's much easier for them to play through injuries, and they're more nagging injuries than ACLs or backs or ligaments or soft muscle tissue injuries. I mean, to me, the position plays a role when you talk about injuries.
So none of his injuries concern you, like the Achilles or nothing.
Carson Wentz?
No. The lineman you talking about? Jason Peters.
Oh, Jason Peters. Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah. No, because he came back strong.
And so did
Carson. He came back strong.
Carson
and he shut. Carson didn't come back strong because Carson left with a back injury before the season was over.
No. I'm talking about, and Weston got hurt this year also. Like both of them been missing games each year. I'm trying to figure out what's the difference. That's what I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty.
I just think position is, and I understand the linemen are bigger and you're getting contacted on each and every play, but every play isn't coming to that left tackle side, and every game they're not going up against a dominant defensive end or side linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Giselle, I understand all that, but when I was in high school, I played corner. When I played semi-pro, I played linebacker, and I played defensive end. And guess what? My body felt real good after playing corner. After playing linebacker in the end, no God. I mean, you feel it. You feel all of that. Them trenches is serious, man. You can say them injuries don't matter all you want, but I mean, them trenches are they real.
Especially when you have lower leg injury. You have lower leg injury impact. Those things build.
And as far as I respect
every
that.
play.
I respect that.
You gotta understand, when it comes to impact every play.
And I'm not sure because I don't follow Jason Peters and the Eagles as much as I do the Skins and Trent Williams. But when it comes to Trent Williams, a lot of his, well, I'm not gonna say a lot, but there was a substantial number was because of suspension for the weed. And then this year he missed time because of a thumb injury. I mean, he had a dislocated thumb that kept him out 4 or 5 games. You know what I'm saying?
Probably toward when did he come out though? Because probably came out once Alex Smith got hurt. Because there was no point in keeping him in after he probably broke his thumb.
No, he came back
like that too.
No, that was in the middle of the season.
But you got to think about a thumb. He needs his thumb.
You got to punch.
Yeah, to grab. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's.
I'm with that.
They hold on every play though.
So check this out. We got to transition to the next topic, man. We got to talk about, since we're talking about injuries, we got to talk about Cam Newton. So, the Panthers' new owner acknowledged that Cam Newton could sit out the 2019 season due to that shoulder injury. They're comparing his situation to Andrew Luck's. And the owner said, if he told me he took a year off and could recover and be fully recovered and everything else, then that's what they would look at. And then they talk about looking at veteran quarterbacks like Tyrod, like Nick Foles, Teddy Bridgewater, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. But the only thing that's a hiccup is they gave Cam all that money, so the salary cap space they have to, cut in other areas to try to sign another quarterback if that shoulder isn't healed up by next year.
They can go get that backup quarterback for Luck. So then that was
Brissett?
Yeah, Brissett. I think he would be a great fit for them.
All right. Do you think Cam will restructure to help the Panthers out?
Hell
no. Cam is not going to restructure.
I don't think so either.
Did they ask Andrew Luck? Hell no. That's what he's gonna say. You ask Andrew Luck?
Right.
Because I ain't doing it. I ain't paying the $5. But so just say in the perfect world, right? Just say Cam hypothetically does sit out the 2019 season. What free agent quarterback do you see fitting in a system that allows the quarterback to get his ass beat up? What quarterback?
I don't think Teddy goes there because of the fact that Teddy's had been with North Turner before, and even though it was cool and all, but North Turner didn't really work out with
Teddy needs to stay where he is because if he can ride out and just be easy when Drew Brees retired, he can fit right into Sean Payton's system, man. If he can learn from Sean Payton and Drew Brees, he needs to stay his ass in the NO and just chill.
Talk. I'm with you right there. If I'm Teddy, I don't move at all. I stay there. But
nah, because I mean Drew Brees is smaller in stature as well. And I hear people say, he's listed as 6'1", but I hear he's more like 5'9", 5'10", as Teddy Bridgewater. Same stature, same size. I mean,
that's cool too. I mean, that's cool and all, but you got Taysom Hill that been putting in work too.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say that. So, he likes Taysom Hill too. He actually likes Taysom Hill.
Hey, did you see? Hey, he put that touchdown that got called back. I didn't know that boy had an arm like that, bro.
Oh no, I knew he had an arm because I mean, he was like the
him
only
light us
person
up when we went down there to Provo. When UVA went down to Provo,
he played for that private school.
Yeah.
At BYU, he was letting that thing go.
Yeah. He was the truth at BYU.
He got a strong arm. You know, he might not be as accurate, but when it comes to throwing 9 routes and seams, he can let it fly.
He can get it. He can get it done.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. What it's going to, I feel like if they were to get a quarterback, if they were going to really sit him out the whole year, which I seriously doubt.
Yeah.
Because they pay him too much money for him to sit out all year. And probably he's not going to get the same leniency like a Luck just because he's black. I mean, be straight up. But outside of that, with Cam Newton, I mean, we have to, you know, get somebody to kind of put a fire up under him. Because I mean, let's be real about it. Cam is only good for passes, either 5 yards, like 10 yards and under on the short, or 50 yards or longer. Them in between, he's real shaky.
AT,
and if you can get somebody to come in on the in between, I mean, you got to get somebody to light a fire under him. What's up?
Can I ask you a question, T?
Yes,
Cam Newton has went to a Super Bowl, and Cam Newton has been an MVP. So if he has a serious AC joint, why wouldn't he get the leniency that Andrew Luck has gotten last year when he had to sit out?
He said because something that you don't like, JaVale, you ain't gonna like what he gonna say.
Because he's black.
I understand. I heard what he said. I heard. But is that the only reason you're saying that? Really?
And now let's not pretend to. I mean, he hasn't made himself. I mean, as far as with the media and stuff like that, and how he. Yeah.
But do owners really care what the media perception is of great players or their star players? Do owners really care?
Yeah, ask Terrell
I don't
Owens.
think so.
Ask Terrell Owens.
I guess.
Antonio Brown.
I mean,
Antonio Brown.
It's the same thing. Like I'll say like this.
We talk about Antonio Brown.
All the love that Cam used to get. Do you see Dak getting that same type of love now?
Dak hasn't been an MVP, and Dak hasn't went to the Super Bowl. If Dak Prescott put up MVP numbers, that's the difference. If Dak Prescott put up MVP numbers, and if Dak Prescott was to win the MVP last year or this year, he would be on Cam's level. Yes, he would.
I understand, but he's still. I'm not talking about as far as the production, because when you want to talk about production, I mean, to be honest, since he's been in the league, I mean, a fair or unfair. I mean, if you go through the years, he's been more, I mean, consistent than Cam has, to be honest. And as far, I wouldn't even try to go to that point. I'm going off the point that you see the love that attack. Yes, he has. He has been more consistent than Cam. Cam had maybe what? How many good years has Cam had?
Hey, other than Cam's MVP season, this was his best year.
Yeah, it's been every other year.
So that's Cam. 2 seasons. Okay. So here's the thing, though. So I wasn't even trying to get to that. I'm talking about the love that get in the media, not just the media. I think people as well. Cam doesn't get that same type of love after that whole thing, that whole stunt about him being a whole sore loser after the Super Bowl.
That hurt.
And then when they didn't go right back, that hurt his stature. And then, you know how he is when he's speaking after losses and stuff like that. You know, people don't want to hear that, man. And I understand what you're saying about the owners not, caring so much about. Okay, do you think they care about how they're perceived? I think in a sense they do.
They listen to the bottom line. That's the bottom line. The perception. Perception is the owner's bottom line. We've seen how the fans and media can influence a person getting signed, a person getting traded, and a person getting cut. I mean, it makes a difference whether we like it or not. It does.
I think it depends on the owner, because Jerry Jones don't give a damn what nobody say.
Yes,
he gonna do what he want to do. Yes. Daniel Snyder don't give a damn what nobody say. He gonna do what he want to do. So I get it depends on the front. Yeah.
The reason I say that because I don't think, like, say if Cam was a Cowboy, if Cam would have came out the way that he did in the Super Bowl, about him being a sore loser, like the way he took the loss and how he acted, I don't think Jerry Jones would have been as tolerant as he is, like with that. Even with all the narratives about he's not all that great or not being
Hey, Javale,
not being get over that hump.
I got a question.
Yes,
so
sir.
you said Jerry Jones
Yes,
don't care. What do you think is the reason why they let Terrell Owens go?
I think with T.O., I think it was because he was just coming to malcontent towards the organization and not having respect for anybody. I don't think it was because, as we were talking about with the media or what sponsors have to say, I think that was an inside situation. Just kind of like, not to the level, but on the same level with AB and the Steelers. I mean, this man didn't show up for work the whole week before the last game of the season when they still had a chance to make the playoffs. And they showed up and said, I'm playing.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing though. When you talk about that being outspoken, nothing that T.O. said, but particularly about around that time, I don't think anything that T.O. said was wrong. I mean, it was the truth. And that's the problem. And then look, you got Big Ben.
So Jerry Jones
you got Big Ben that called out his coaches multiple times. And over 7 years, and he's still the starting quarterback, and nobody does anything to him. But you got T.O. We could even go recent. Your boy, DJ Swearinger, said something negative about their coach. It was true. And then he was cut.
Well, he said, Javale
said quarterback who has won a Super Bowl.
A player.
Quarterback who has won a Super Bowl. That's the difference.
So that
if you are on that position, that's it. I mean, everybody knows quarterback is the most glamorous position in sports in our country. So when you
Flacco, hold on, but Flacco's won a ring, and they're ready to kick his behind out. He's done. Debatably,
again, it's because he's not. I agree with that comment 100%. But Flacco's on the decline, and he's on his way out.
Big Ben not on the decline?
No, Big Ben gonna play 5 or 6 more years.
Oh, damn!
You sure about that? Not. We're gonna see how they are
without major injury. Why not? I mean,
Big Ben sucks. That's why. He's a horrible leader. All he do is he down his teammates, man. Like, you can't do that. You can't be a leader on no team and get respect down in your teammates, not taking responsibility for the stuff you do.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but the position plays a factor. Quarterback.
There you go. Thank you, Javale. The position plays a factor, and the one position you can do no wrong, unless, like what Darian said, is the quarterback position. Because we see some quarterbacks get the hook quicker than others. Just depends. And the Super Bowl does, and that's why we said media plays a role, because the media puts a lot of stock in what? Super Bowls. And they say, oh, you're 1-time, 2-time Super Bowl winner. It was the same thing with Eli. He looked like trash. Yeah. When he got benched, everybody got pissed because he was an Iron Man. He was a 2-time Super Bowl winner. You owe him more than that. And the whole damn staff got fired. But
then I'm going to just limit it to black quarterbacks, though. Because here's the thing. Cam is not, like I said, Cam does not get the same love that he once got that one season. And then the fact that I don't think, like I said, he's not going to get the leniency to say Andrew Luck got.
Hell,
I mean, if you want to keep it, funky, your boy Jackson, everybody named Mamba was calling for his head at halftime, telling him to take him out. You have other quarterbacks that stumped the whole game, and they still let him, and they still let him stay in. Like, white quarterbacks let him stay in. They let Fitzpatrick stay a whole game. You know what I'm saying? They were
the only reason they were doing that when it came to Jackson is because of the resume and and maybe not the resume, but Flacco, if you look at his statistics in the playoffs, his playoff. That's why I think it came from, because Flacco in the playoffs, he has been money in the playoffs.
The Super Bowl,
in the playoffs.
I read something. I just read something. Yeah, but but in the playoffs, Flacco's stats are top like 7 to 8 all time.
Really? Just that Super Bowl run, man. Just that 1 year.
But
just that 1 year.
No. I'm speaking. Not just the year they won the Super Bowl. I'm talking about his playoff stats as a whole, overall. Like his playoff stats are legit. They are legit.
No, they're not.
And I'm not in front of my laptop right now. But
I am. I'm gonna tell you.
I saw him a couple of days ago.
He had basically that great Super Bowl run in 2012. We had 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. If you take out that year, he basically has 14 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So that 1 year really skews his stats. But don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, he's like Eli Manning to me. I will put him in that class that they do elevate their play in the playoffs the older they got. Because the older you got, the better. So I'm not going to sit here and lie and not Flacco. So I do agree with you on that.
But here's the thing about Flacco. Flacco was a statue in the pocket. Bosa and Ingram was on Jackson behind all game long. What did we think that Joe Flacco was going to do when he got in?
No, I agree.
I
agree.
Or turn the ball over. They had 7 DBs. That is
but the only thing about that is the Chargers would have went back to their base.
No,
they wouldn't have. And not only that. If the Ravens had switched up and just played smash mouth football against that 7 DB front.
They did.
Not necessarily take Lamar Jackson out. No. They were still trying to do that RPO, bring a fullback in. But, because if you look at it, if you pull and if you run some counters against linebackers, those linemen are going to overpower those DBs. They had.
But that was based off of the reason the running backs was getting off the way that they were, because they were scared to death about Lamar Jackson getting off. But that's why they pulled the linebackers and they had 7 DBs out there.
But you got to adjust though. If you're gonna keep 7 DBs every play, 60% of the time, okay, then you make them adjust to your offense.
All right, Javale.
Is Jamal Lewis back there? Hold on. Is Todd Gurley back there?
No, that's a great point he's making. But I want to share this with Javale because, if we playing video games or we from the stands, that's absolutely the adjustment. You got to go smash around fullback. But if you haven't been doing it for 2 months, and what's been so successful has been the RPO, the read zones, you got to think as a coach, if you haven't prepared to do that, you just can't do it. I used to think that too. Oh, we just throwing this defense or this coverage and it's going to work. But if you haven't repped it, it's not going to work. And I think that's why you see a lot of teams not employ what you were saying. And I think that's what Darren was getting to as far as you put Flacco in, because the Chargers would have stayed in it for the simple fact that the game plan was wrong. Because if you saw them play the Patriots, they used the same defensive game plan, but the Patriots had a lot of mesh routes and seam routes and hammer routes. Like they played short football with them and made them cover in space, which that's what Lamar and them did in the fourth quarter. If you look at that fourth quarter, how they came out, they spread them open. And people think Lamar only completed pass because of the prevent. Well, Lamar was actually completing vertical. He wasn't just deaking and dunking. He was throwing down the field, completing balls. So I think that's what made the OC get fired.
I think fatigue mattered too, though, Hawk, because we could be for real too. It didn't look like it against the Patriots, but Casey Hayward ain't no joke. Neither is Derwin James. They have capable DBs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like Michael Crabtree and John Brown is really nothing special.
Yeah.
Michael Crabtree has been on the downslide since he had left San Francisco. He ain't been the same player since Sherman made him look crazy. You know what I'm saying? He has not been the same player. And then John Brown, there's a reason John Brown isn't in Arizona. If they really wanted him, they would have kept him. All that John Brown is used for is speed. He's never been somebody that can, get off a press,
Yeah.
or this crisp route runner. Yeah, all he knows is to fly. So when you're limited at that, I mean, what are you really gonna do? And then you can't. As far as the tight ends go, I mean, you had to keep the tight ends back to block because the boy was getting killed. So he obviously the tackles needed help. So I mean, when you don't have nothing like that to work with, I mean, it's just unfair. But I mean, when it comes to those matchups, but at the same time, you can't kill the kid and want to be like, oh well, you know, we gotta. Not even just the presentation of just having that quarterback over there, like, hey, you know, we're gonna go ahead and take you out, and you know, all that other stuff. Because I guarantee you, Big Ben goes out, had that same performance, they're not taking him out. Who else is it? I don't even got to go that far. Your boy with the Jaguars has gotten so many chances, and he's been so trash juiced, and nobody ever talks about taking him out.
Okay,
but they don't give those. They don't give the scrutiny.
I agree with your Blake Bortles. I agree with your Blake Bortles, but you can't compare. You cannot compare Cam to who'd you say before that?
You talking about Lamar?
Get taken out.
Talking about Lamar.
Yeah, you can't compare that. You can't compare. Lamar Jackson hasn't done anything. I mean, I'm not, and I like Lamar Jackson. Don't get me wrong. I was one who on draft night was saying he should be a top 5-10 pick. Yep. So I like Lamar Jackson. I'm not comparing
the quarterback. I'm comparing the situation.
But you just said if Big Ben had a bad first half, nobody would be screaming to take him out. But Big Ben his resume and his credentials are far greater than Lamar Jackson, especially as a rookie. So that's a complete difference. That's a complete difference.
Hey, yo, how come nobody?
I'm not getting that.
How come nobody talk? And I don't know that y'all, but just a thought. But and finish your thought when I finish this. How come nobody talks about how bad Phillip Rivers' numbers was during that game? But go ahead. Finish your thought.
Yeah. So that's not the point that I'm getting. I'm getting at the fact that no like black quarterback. Like I'm not understanding with the Cam situation. I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing the credentials or whether he's a rookie or whether he's a veteran. I'm comparing about the situation. He's not going to get all year to recover. I mean, let's be real about that. He's not going to get that leniency. And then if he's going to start thinking, if he comes in thinking because he's still hurt, he's still going to get blamed for that because of who he is. They ride and die Andrew Luck for damn near 2 years, and they act like when he came in, I mean, he wasn't the greatest, but they were still winning games. And who gets all the credit? Quarterback, right? So yeah. I'm just saying, man.
Same thing.
He suffers from that double standard.
The same thing would have happened if it was the Seahawks and Russell Wilson. He would have got all the credit. He's the black quarterback. So you got to come with something bigger and better than that.
You got to look at the coaching staff in Seattle.
Again, no, we're not talking about coaching staff. Well, you said black quarterbacks. You said black quarterbacks.
No, but you got to also look at where they are. So in Carolina, he's on a short leash down there. And Russell Wilson also ain't in the media because what does Russell Wilson do in the media? Be professional all the time. Win, lose, or draw.
Be quiet. He's not a dude. You got to think about why the Legion of Boom have been turned on him. That whole defense turned on him because of the fact that
it's not about the player. It's not about the player. It's not about his race or the color of his skin. It's about the individual. Because if it was Russell Wilson, it wouldn't be an issue. If we were in Houston and it was Watson, it wouldn't be an issue. So it's about the individual himself, not about being a black quarterback.
I think with Russell Wilson, you have a point because he's the outlier. But when you said Watson is drugged through the dirt. Did you not see the playoff game where they was killing him?
But he hasn't. He still doesn't have that perception as Cam does.
That's because he doesn't say anything. Cam doesn't.
That's my
Cam
point.
Is not. Media, no, you're not.
What's Deshaun Watson?
Cam doesn't know what to say
right now. What is he seeing as?
I mean, I don't think he's considered a malcontent or he's all about himself playing as Cam is.
When they describe Deshaun Watson, what do they say he is as far as his skills? What type of quarterback is he?
He's an athletic quarterback.
Dual threat quarterback.
Why is that? Does he run that much?
No, he doesn't.
So why is he considered an athletic quarterback?
That's just because he's black. I understand.
So why do we play like race doesn't play a role though? Like you be just
no, I understand that race plays a role, but there's different circumstances. Because Russell Wilson, maybe not the past 2 or 3 years, but his first 2 or 3 years, he was doing the same thing that Robert Griffin and Cam done. And they were 70% RPO run team in Seattle. Even though they had beast mode, they were still shotgun RPO for the most part, of most of their offense.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But
why did the perception of Russell Wilson change? Can you explain?
Because they won a Super Bowl.
No.
They won a Super Bowl. And nobody cares that they still have the best defense in the NFL, though.
You're savvy.
They still have the best defense in the NFL.
JaVale, you're being very savvy right now. Why did the perception change for him? Because Donovan McNabb did it too. Donovan McNabb did it too. The perception of him as a quarterback changed because of what?
I'm not sure the answer you're looking for.
Because of how they carry themselves in the media. Look at how both of them address the media.
Right. So that's my point. It's not about actually the player or his skill set. It's about how their demeanor is, how they carry themselves, their personality.
Okay.
Let me ask the question. So this is not about the player. So let's think about
You're breaking up.
Tom Brady. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So Tom Brady and Odell Beckham Jr. have the same sideline behavior, but Odell gets trashed because of his, and Tom Brady don't get that's passion. It's passion for Tom Brady.
Quarterback,
so
you get Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter.
Quarterback,
no.
But that's the difference. That's the
same
difference.
thing.
I've been saying the same thing for 20 minutes now. But it's the same thing. You're right.
No.
Tom Brady is a quarterback and he's won multiple Super Bowls. That's
what
the
does
difference.
that come down to?
That's it.
What does that come down to? Odell Beckham Jr., the highest paid receiver in the league.
But he's not a quarterback and he hasn't won multiple Super Bowls.
So
it matters.
Super Bowls don't matter to position players. It only matters. But the Super Bowl stance matters with quarterbacks. It doesn't matter with other positions. And what I've learned,
that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't here's the thing. Perception means a lot because receivers are seen as divas. They're not seen as leaders. Period. They don't see only receiver that is seen as a leader is Larry Fitzgerald. He's the only one. And Chris Carter wasn't seen as a leader until he stepped out of football and started talking behind the mic. But when he played, they didn't like him.
Talking about everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? So receivers aren't seen as leaders. So a receiver would never be seen in a positive light for being rah-rah and riling up the troops. That they leave that for quarterbacks only. And when it
comes, even still with the quarterback thing too, Cam Newton sits alone. You know what I'm saying? When he gets angry, he gets upset. Tom Brady does the same thing. But they look at Cam. They don't look at Tom Brady.
That's true. We all know Cam. They can't afford for Cam to be the face of the league. You know, my man Beam said, quarterbacks are the face of the league. So when you look at the quarterbacks that are pushed to the forefront, you have to play the game and act a certain way. We know that. That's why Donovan McNabb started doing the Campbell chunky suit and distancing himself away from T.O. and started, doing what he did. Russell Wilson plays the game also. A lot of these guys realize you got to play the game or you're going to lose.
I think you think about with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson don't even get that credit for the Super Bowl that they won. He don't get credit for that. He gets credit for the one that they lost, and he always gets put on blast for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, that's his fault, and this. He won't even look at as a real quarterback until lately. That Super Bowl that they lost. Nobody was looking at him like a real quarterback, and he was playing well. But he didn't have these big quarterback numbers until lately, and everybody started to recognize him. But it took years for somebody to for him to get recognized. The same thing that happened with Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham didn't get the same treatment, and it took him years. They didn't really take him until he came to us at Minnesota. And damn near had a perfect season. And oh man, he got this arm, and he had a hell of a season.
But you don't think he grew? Hold on. I gotta cut you off there, T. But you don't think Randall Cunningham grew from when he was with the Eagles to when he was with Minnesota? Not to mention he had two of the top probably 10 best wide receivers of all time, and maybe even the top 20 running back in Smith. So I mean, you just can't go on there. You got to look at who's around, the talent, the coaching scheme. I mean, Randall Cunningham, yes, I think he's a great athlete. He's a not great quarterback in NFL standards, but a above average quarterback. But you got Carter, Randy Moss, and Smith at your disposal. Come on, man.
But you can't. But they don't make that excuse.
That's almost like saying Troy Aikman and what he had. Because Troy Aikman's numbers, he probably shouldn't be a fucking Hall of Famer.
Hey, JaVale, can I tell you something? You do know in 1988, Randall threw for 3,800 yards in most of his career without Randy Moss.
Again, that was one season though. But his best
season of
his career was with the Vikings.
All right. Well, then the next year he threw for 3,400 yards, and he had today threw for 3,400 yards again and 30 touchdowns. So he did this before he got those receivers. I just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
And we also got go ahead.
Was Chris Carter on his team?
No.
When he played with the Eagles?
Let me see that. Let me see those 3 years, because let's see. Who was his receivers?
I mean, Chris Carter is an all-time great.
Nah, Chris Carter wasn't there.
Yeah,
that was Fred Barnett, Calvin Williams,
his best year was in Minnesota.
Chief Jackson.
Okay.
Well, and you got.
Yeah, I agree. I wasn't sure. I thought he played with Carter here too when he was in Philly.
He's legit. Randall's legit.
No, I like Randall.
And you know what pisses me off about when people say mobile quarterbacks always get hurt? Guess how Randy Cunningham got hurt?
He was in the pocket. He wasn't running. He was in the pocket.
And guess what the coach told him they needed him to do? Stand in the pocket.
Right.
And that's when he got hurt.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Randall was a beast.
So when I looked at it today, Hawk, after we talked earlier, and I looked at the quarterbacks coming out in the draft with Mary. So I looked at like 3 or 4 different guys as far as quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah.
And everybody has Mary, not in this order, but they have Mary. They have Haskins, and I didn't even pay attention. They got the kid from Missouri. Yeah. I saw like 4 or 5 guys say he's the best quarterback in the draft over Haskins. So when it comes to this draft, and my skins picking in the middle of the first round at 15, like if somebody takes, say, Haskins. Well, not even Haskins. Say somebody takes a kid from Missouri first, and it's 7 or 8 because of the Giants pick at 6. So if it's 7, 8, do you think the Skins should trade up to draft Haskins or Murray?
Y'all just need to take Murray, man. Just take Murray.
He's not gonna draft a quarterback this year.
Y'all offensive line beat up. Take
From
Murray.
Missouri.
Take Murray.
Missouri has been trash.
Y'all need somebody who can sell tickets anyway.
That kid from Missouri he's 6'4", 6'5", 220. And when I think of him, I think of what the Jaguars did with old boy coming out of UCF. He had the size, he had the stature, he had the arm.
He had but his team was winning. He had just won a bowl game.
It's not
Missouri ain't done nothing.
You think you slick too, man. You think you slick too. We gotta talk about the damn Skins again. Oh hell no.
No. I was just saying I wasn't trying to bring them up. I was just saying that we in the position to need a quarterback, and we're gonna be one of the teams, or it could be the boy from Duke. Like, we need a quarterback.
Take Murray, man. Take Murray. You need somebody to sell tickets anyway.
I mean, I think if he there, bro, I think they're gonna take him.
Take him, man.
I really do.
Y'all need it. Trust me.
He ain't gonna stay, but okay.
Yeah, but that's the only thing. If he gets drafted by a team he doesn't want to go to,
you
he can say, "Well,
you think he'll pull the Elway?
I'm going to the A's. I'm going to play baseball."
Nah, he ain't gonna do that. If he go in the first round, he gonna sign. He gonna take that bread. Trust me. He didn't tip his hand. That's what he chasing. That money.
Man, listen. Unless Murray has a good breakout season, he's gonna get buried on the bench.
That's how he gonna
come on, man. I don't want that to happen to him. If he's gonna come in, he's better off being like Brenda L was.
Any team or just the Redskins?
He said any team.
I'm saying for any team.
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
He's 5'9", 195.
So what? And Russell Wilson's only 5'9". Russell Wilson's only 5'11".
Here we go. This we missed Monday.
He's only 5'11". What's the difference?
You put Russell Wilson next to your boy in Oklahoma, Murray. He looks like a giant to that little boy, man. Stop.
I mean, Russell Wilson's been in the NFL for 5 or 6, 7 years with the weight program and lifting the weight. He was kind of big. Listen, bro. Coming out of NC State in Wisconsin, Russell Wilson was not that much bigger than Murray is now.
You can tell. You can look at him.
That's a great point.
Size.
He was not that much bigger. Now he is, bro. But coming out of NC State,
when he was playing for Wisconsin, he looked like.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
That's not fact. No,
come on, man.
That's not fact. That's not fact. Russell Wilson was also an MLB draft pick. And everybody thought he was going to baseball because the guaranteed money. If you can play quarterback in the NFL, you're going to play that instead of going to baseball.
Get him, JaVale.
You ever seen a 5'9" quarterback? You ever seen a 5'9" quarterback?
Russell Wilson's 5'10". Russell Wilson's 5'10".
Come on, JaVale. You better than that. You know a 5'9" quarterback, JaVale. You know one. You ain't thinking. You got to think.
Drew Brees 5'10".
No, 5'9". We know one, JaVale. You watch football. You got to think.
Hey.
You like cereal?
Hey, boy.
Russell's more like 5'11".
You know what I'm talking about, Darian? The quarterback that's 5'9" that loves cereal. He was on a cereal box.
Doug Flutie.
There you go.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I mean, come on, JaVale. I'm trying to help you, man. You got to fight back. Come on,
Hold on, T.
No, that's Darian. That's Darian. That ain't T. That's Darian talking to you.
I'm sorry, Darian. So Doug Flutie, he's not a Hall of Fame. He wasn't great, but he was productive, right? And he went to the CFL for what, 10, 11 years before he came back to America and played in the NFL? So why can't this man come out of college as a Heisman Trophy winner and who had better numbers than Rookie of the Year,
get him,
draft pick this year, and Baker Mayfield? Why can't he be productive?
Bigger, stronger, faster, bro. That's all I got to say to that. Different league, you know that. Come on, man. You got guys that's running the you got defensive ends running like damn near 4.3, bro.
He's way faster than Russell Wilson. His arm strength is much better than Russell Wilson. And that's the
Whoa.
Are you serious?
Whoa. Calm down.
You happy with this speed?
I know Oklahoma. I know Oklahoma got it, you know what I'm saying? He looked like that in Oklahoma, but I mean, I'm not going to go with you on that.
Hey, my dog JaVale be embellishing for real. I'm on a roll.
Look at his arm strength. Yo, he throws 50, 60 yards in the air with ease.
He does.
Yeah, most quarterbacks in the NFL can do that.
Russell Wilson doesn't do that like him.
What?
He's one of the best throws in the league, bro. What are you talking about? You seen that one this year.
Bro, come on, man. Come on. And my man rushed for over 1,000 yards. And people so don't know when you talk about the athletic black quarterback and this and the third and how they use their legs and their feet. The difference between him and say Robert Griffin or Lamar Jackson, I look at it the same way as Russell Wilson because of their baseball IQ. They can slide and get out of danger, and they don't take those hits. because that's what he done probably 7-8 times in Oklahoma. He slid before linebackers and safeties were able to make contact with him.
Hey, JaVale, I got somebody.
That's going to transition to the NFL.
Somebody responded to you, my man Bean, your favorite antagonist, said that if he goes to the skin, his career will be cut short. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji.
Nah, but
Doug, what up, man?
If I was a skin for real, my first 3 picks would be guard.
Hold up. I think I left it downstairs.
The top 3 guards.
But you gotta go get you the silk do-rag.
Trent Williams still has 2 or 3 years left.
In Charlottesville, go to New York fashion, but you gotta go to the.
I'm a 6 right tackle in the league, and people laugh at me because I'm a UVA fan. But Morgan Moses is playing through injuries, and he has produced. And what people fail to realize is Morgan Moses showed himself to be so much better than people thought. That after we drafted Brandon Sheriff in the first round as a right tackle, we had to kick in the right guard because Morgan Moses was that man. If I was a team, I would draft straight offensive line.
Charlie's 6 feet, man.
Because the defensive line, those young bulls, in the next 2-3 years with the Alabama boys, with my boy from my hometown in Culpeper, a D tackle from Tech, and Ionitis. That's where most teams are good at.
I got about
offensive
2
line
minutes
and defensive
I gotta
line.
shut the show down. Y'all see it?
Draft the best offensive defensive lineman
right there.
And not. I've heard Joe Flacco, but because we have.
My
Green.
Listen,
right,
man.
so check this out. No, we can't listen because look, we press for time, and you done talked about the Redskins and Culpeper and stuff, and we can't do that today.
You almost chapped us again.
We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. I need y'all picks, especially Darian and JaVale, because Darian kicking your ass. NFL picks and who go to the Super Bowl. Go.
I'll let you go.
I got Chiefs and I got the Browns.
All right.
I would take.
I'm coming, baby.
I'm not gonna go against Belichick and Brady anymore. So I'm gonna take Patriots, and I'm gonna take Saints just because they're at home in a dome in a climate-controlled environment. I just gotta.
So you got Breeze versus Brady. Okay, who you got, T?
Breeze versus Brady.
I'm gonna go with the Saints, and I'm gonna go with and I like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs at home, man.
Okay.
Brady got to go on the road.
So we got
but
two.
The thing is,
two for the Chiefs and one for Brady.
Yeah, but if it's a snowstorm,
ain't no damn caveats. Ain't no caveats, man. You stay with your
No. I'm still going with Brady.
My fault. Disrespect.
Mahomes from Texas. He ain't really played. Last week was the first game he ever played in weather in.
Oh man! But that arm, bro. He ain't got no noodle like Phillip, bro.
All right, so
he ain't got no noodle like Phillip when it gets cold, bro.
Me personally,
in New England ain't got nobody to match up.
So me personally,
what you got?
I can't pick against the Chiefs. Y'all know that. And then I'm torn because Kaiser played for the Rams and Ron C coached for the Saints. I got to go with my homeboy Ron C. Hampton Crabber Pride. Salute to Michael Kaiser. So I got a Breeze versus Mahomes to show you who the true MVP is of the league in the Super Bowl. If Breeze played Brady, I need Breeze to win. Hold on. I'm doing my JaVale. Hold on. I need Breeze. If it's Breeze and Brady, I need Breeze to win so he can solidify why he the damn GOAT.
Right. I like that.
Hey, you took that from me because I didn't want to go homeboy because Micah is my man.
I know, dog. I beat you too.
And you know what I'm saying? And I rock with Sean McVay because I think Sean McVay is the Belichick of the next 20 years when Belichick retires for real. Sean McVay is like that.
Oh yeah, and Tommy Reaman also in the scouting department for New Orleans, another 757 representative. So I mean, I gotta go with the Saints, man. But y'all go ahead and get y'all shout outs, y'all pleasantries, man, before we load up out of here. Start with JaVale since you work at 5 a.m. Go.
Oh no, good shot, man. I'm good, man. I'm about to go. And we had a good day today, man. I'm just sitting back watching my Wahoos in this game last night again. Since I've been on the phone with y'all the whole time watching this. Okay. But when we get to talk about our Who's, I've definitely got a lot to say. Hey, and I'm gonna leave on this. Somebody better call Tadero. boys ready. Later, fellas.
All right, dog. Hey, dog. I'm laughing at my own little slogan, though, because he just said that joint to perfection, though, dog. Hey, all right, T, what you got, dog?
Hey, man.
Hey,
Shout
yo,
out
B,
Mohawk.
watch your mouth, son.
Shout out A-Boy Shorts and the rest of the sponsors.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out JaVale Darian. Shout out period. Hey, look, man. Hey, shout out the presidential meal that Clemson got. You know, that's a new presidential combo. So
4 for 4.
You know.
That's 4 for 4. How many 4 for 4s you need?
I don't wanna hear no female say nothing bad about getting the 4 for 4 now, because the president gave it to the national champ.
Hey, and all.
Hey, look, nah, but for real, man. Hey, shout out y'all boys, man. I appreciate
Hey, chill out, B. Appreciate you, though. Hey, yo, and matter of fact, we got to get Melvin ass up here because we got to break down the Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson. We got to have an episode talking about that.
Yeah, we got to get that.
Yeah, so we got to link up for that. Yeah, that was awesome. I had them hot.
I know. I said, I'm trolling.
I'm trolling like hell. Hey, Darian, what you got, dog? Take it out.
Shout out to all the Cowboys fans that shut the hell up due for all week. It's been real silent. My Facebook ain't been jumping. My Instagram ain't been jumping. I ain't seen the star since
clear skies right now.
the only stars I see is on my daughter homework. That's what I like to see.
No, you wrong.
Shout out to all them Cowboys fans.
Watch yourself, boy. They coming to get you, Darian. Hey, man, but that's it, man.
Hey, shout out to you, Bob.
Hey, appreciate you, dog, man. As always, appreciate Darian, appreciate T, appreciate JaVale, my man Beam, Eddie, everybody on the Facebook Live. Marvelous for coming on the show, man. You know, you make the show fun, man. So much better than just talking to screens and just hoping the listeners will listen. So I definitely appreciate y'all interaction. Definitely appreciate my wife for letting me go over 21 minutes right now because it's supposed to be an hour show. But gave me a grace period. That's what happened with the Wahoos win, baby. All right. So y'all be easy, man. You know the motto, good is the enemy of great. Be great in anything that you do. Shout out to Wendy's and Burger King. And shout out to McDonald's too. And Kawhi Leonard. Thank you very much. But man, y'all be easy, man. Y'all be on the lookout. Like I said, I'm dropping Antonio Brown video on YouTube. I'll be sharing it on Facebook that I recorded, that I got to upload and edit. I got a message to Antonio Brown right now because he in trouble. He just don't know it. The NFL out to get him. So you definitely want to see that video and what I got to say about that. You listening right now on iTunes, PodBean, BlogTalk Radio. Just go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the Ball Hawk Show, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all have a great rest of the week, great weekend. Enjoy the games. We'll be back Monday, man. Ball Hawk, we out of here. Where my dog, Baby, at? Take us out, Baby.
I want the whole world spin my record.
All right, yo, salute, man.
Do it style. Check
Just set the hell up, Juice Gear. Holla at your boy. All right.
Shorty girl, pretty deaf in a massage. Bad news, even be massaging.